cooking up next, I wanted to kind of tell you guys what I'm doing for my talent agency and what exactly are we doing for a luxury pet brand. So this way you could kind of get this eagle eye view and can better understand it to see if this is something that is good for you if you wanted to join us and build luxury pet brands together while simultaneously learning and earning and getting new skills, incredible skills. And a couple of things that I need to do, and I'm going to quickly describe what I'll be cooking up next, and I'll quickly describe to you what I did so far in the process of building simultaneously my talent agency and simultaneously a luxury pet brand. And so this way, if you're international side hustler, or if you're mom over 40, or if you're somebody who never done this before, you could review this, see how to do it, and get that confidence to proceed with the same steps. So without further ado, the first step that I did in order to build a talent agency, obviously I joined FUD. On FUD, I developed a bunch of guides. I became a creator, and over a longer time period, I learned new skills. And there's a lot of coaches on FUD, and you could, of course, guys, jump in and learn for free from many of the workshops. And some workshops are premium, where you could subscribe to a particular expert and learn as well, that kind of stuff. So then the next thing what I did is I built my own brand, my own talent agency. And I divided that brand into two types of audience: side hustlers and feudal lords. And what I did next is I doubled down on expanding this brand, creating a bunch of socials, creating the bio link, and building more and more presence on Threads. After a while, about a year and a half later, I created lots of content, so much content that I probably have like a year and a half worth of content. And of course, guys, that's what I did. And now I'm at the phase where I have a bunch of automations kicking in that are promoting workshops on a regular basis, and moms over 40 joining, and that's basically that's basically what's happening now. And it's becoming like a snowball effect where a lot of those moms over 40 joining. And yeah, guys, this is where I'm at, and we are doing, this is what I just described to you, the talent agency perspectives. But what I'm cooking up next, I'm going to be doing a little bit something stronger for both talent agency and for the luxury pet brand. I'm going to describe to you what I'm going to be doing, what I'm cooking up, and if you guys want to join, kind of foreshadow me from the shoulder, from from a distance, and see how we're doing it, how we're building luxury pet brands, and get motivated to see if you could pull something off like this for yourself. Because at the end of the day, I mean, guys, it's the most beautiful feeling on earth when you have your own brand, when you have a bunch of folks, UGC creators, models, and a bunch of other folks just promoting it, and you kind of getting money, and you don't really have to worry too much, and you just kind of rely on the systems. It's a different feeling than promoting somebody on TikTok, for example. So, but of course, we cover that as well. We have a feudal incubator for folks who want to promote other brands. And after all, we do have moms over 40 who love to build their feudal kingdoms, and they want to flip it and keep it. And some of them are so enthusiastic that they literally reach out to me and say, hey, can you build everything for me? And then, when do I get paid? I had requests like this, literally like in a typical nonchalant TikTok conversation. So when you get, when I talk to some folks like that who have such expectations, I have to be real with them. I have to tell them, wait a second, that it took me a year and a half to to create a brand, and so I always have to tell them the truth that, look, it's not just going to be where I'm going to create everything for you, and you're just gonna spawn money if you don't do anything at all. Of course, there's some supervision on your part, especially if you're mom over 40 and have some skills. And I don't know, some moms like to, they have really good hobbies of threading, or maybe they're very good in some crafting, and they just don't know how to apply that skill and monetize it. And that's when they come to us. They come to us where we have incredible research, ratings and division, ratings and development, product development division, where we analyze what makes sense for moms over 40. And not only moms over 40, but as I described to you, some TikTok girl reached out to me the other day, and literally she wanted help. She was like, I like to make dresses, and that's what I'm good at, and I want to build a brand, and I also like pets, cats, and dogs. And I'm like, all right, well, I do have a glove that we're researching now and trying to differentiate it, but we sure as hell don't have an expertise of differentiating it other than relying on, you know, some Chinese factories and some folks, some inventors and whatnot. But we need somebody closer. We need somebody who want to do this on a long-term basis with us and kind of you know, just build things together. And yeah, and you know, we come across folks and they'll be like, yeah, I want to do this. I have this urge of creating dresses, and I also like pets, cats, and dogs. And I'm like, all right, what would be the closest thing that I could cook up for you that will be beneficial for you and my talent agency? And that's how things are created, guys. It's never like, hey, come to me, and you're gonna be like, you know, harvesting plants. No, this is this is more like we work together, we help other moms over 40. There's a lot of them, and sometimes people ask me, hey Rome, like, what is it that you do? Like, I want to find out what is it that you do, and I want to do the same exact thing, whatever it is that you do. Well, guys, what I do is I'm an orchestrator. I don't actually do much other than just kind of help people build their own freedom fusion systems. So this way they finally discover freedom. And my avatar is orchestrator. I discover strength in people and figure out what their weaknesses are and connect them with a correct set of skills or people who can elevate them. And in the process, we build brands together. And of course, my talent agency, depending on who we work with. And of course, we have to, you know, we curate side hustlers, we curate moms over 40 in the community, because at the end of the day, we want to make it fair. We want to work with the correct folks who truly need it, who are not just like coming in and saying, oh, let's do this, and then run away and bounce and never see any of the light, any of this again. And of course, to do that, it takes a little bit of time to get to know each other. And yeah, I mean, that's how you guys do it. And the cool part about it is it's so easily done on an international scale. So if you're ever struggling, let's say, I don't know, maybe you thought of like, oh man, I'm so scared about my full-time job. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I'm gonna retire, or I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find another job, or like all of those fears will just fade away, guys, if you continue working with us, with Freedom Fusion System Talent Agency, and learning from us. And heck, if you guys don't even want to join and just learn kind of from a far distance away and see kind of like what I'm cooking up next, I'm going to go ahead and tell you exactly what I'm cooking up next, guys. So this way you kind of understand the whole life cycle and what's going on, because it's kind of hard to envision what is going on without kind of listening to concrete things that I'm working on, that my feudal hustlers are working on, and how it could be beneficial for you. So a couple of things that I discovered, and I make those discoveries quite often, guys, because we're actually doing it. We're actually building the brand. And of course, when you make those discoveries, you definitely want to let moms over 40 know about it, what works, what doesn't, and it gets them mesmerized, it gets them glued, and they just like, for them it's something incredible. Some moms just literally come to us and say, I was a process prisoner for a long time. I feel like this is for me. I want to build my own feudal kingdom and either flip it or keep it, but I just don't know, like, how can I do this thing that I'm good at and combine it with this whole thing that you're referring to as feudal kingdom. I just don't see the angle. And of course, guys, the instance those moms starts communicating with my feudal hustlers, we and my community of other coaches, we quickly figured out the path, the marketing angles, the appropriate set of skills that are perfect for you to complement. Because at the end of the day, if you're good in, I don't know, threading, and not really good with like ob stacking, then of course you're gonna have really hard time of breaking through anybody's 3 seconds attention span. There's a lot of TikTok zombies on the internet, guys, and thread zombies, and to get through them, you really need some of those up stacking skills that penetrate through their 3 seconds attention span. As you guys know, a lot of folks' brains evolved, and they literally can't absorb information as they used to anymore. So obviously you need to evolve your skills as well. Initially, when I started out, I thought maybe AI and automations was the key, but it's far from being the key. In fact, there's so many other micro skills that I discovered, guys, and And when I discovered them, I couldn't believe it that some of those micro skills I was missing. And you could have a strong conviction that you may know everything, but sooner or later you discover that, oh my God, like you were literally missing the most basic skills, and nobody tells you that. But of course, in my community, you get to learn this, you get to understand how to, how to graduate your skills. So this is the next set of next things that I'm cooking up in my talent agency. Let me go ahead and break it down. So we're in the process of researching a glove for grooming pets, cats, and dogs. And of course, you guys already seen some videos, some crazy videos of cats and dogs in my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, definitely go ahead and do so. But yeah, like, how did I come up with this whole idea, and why did I decide to like sell products for, I don't know, pets, cats, and dogs, and where did it take me, and like, how do you do this, and how do you come up with the idea, how do you know that this is going to make money? There's so many questions, guys, that we cover in many of the workshops. But what I'm doing now, we already settled on the product. Dear Bruno, the Feudal Hustler, he's navigating through very complex kind of conversations with suppliers from China, and finding the correct person who can differentiate it for us. So this way, when we take it to the market, it's going to be not just like a, like a regular glove that everybody else sells it, but it's going to have that wow factor. And we love creating those wow factors. Bruno comes from AI automation community. I found Bruno kind of being a process prisoner, being stuck in a world of automations and just constantly creating them, but not really making money. I knocked on his door and I said, Bruno, I know you don't have much to offer me. I know that you don't have any insane automation skills. I know you're not a GOAT. I know you're learning this. But look, I'm not a GOAT either. But what I do have is a mission to help moms over 40 succeed. And I do have some tools here and there that we could use together. If you want to squabble up together and we make some money and do this over a longer time period, and I'll hook you up. I'll give you access to N8N, to go high level, to all of those APIs, so this way you don't have to spend money on any of that. But in exchange, and of course, I'll hook you up with some money as well, so this way you could help me build the site and give you opportunity to make even more money by where you get to have your own feudal incubator and you coach other moms over 40, that kind of stuff. So I gave that opportunity to Bruno, and of course Bruno was delighted. But the way I provided that opportunity to Bruno, it wasn't just me kind of knocking on Bruno and saying, hey Bruno, please help. No, it was more like, it was a crazy way. If you guys listening to this, if you ever wanted to figure out a way for how not to pay money for people who would never want to help you in the first place, then trust me, you want to continue to listen because this is the strategy you want to be using. So if you are in a situation where you are trying to find where somebody could help you grow your brand, but you're just not getting anybody, nobody's helping you, but you wanted to figure out a way where you don't spend any money at all on freelancers, but you still get to build something like your brand, but without spending any money. So I wanted to tell you this strategy, and this strategy is kind of crazy, guys. It worked for me, and a lot of people still asking me up to this day, hey Rome, how did you do that? How did you don't pay any money and get other people to work with you? So I'm gonna go ahead and spill the tea, and then I'll tell you what I'm cooking up next. So as I described, I talked about Feudal Hustler Bruno. I met Bruno in our Indies community. Bruno, the only thing Bruno did well was, he immediately jumped an opportunity when he saw my response on Skool. So once in a while, I may offer an opportunity on Skool, and some folks hit likes over the longer time period. Those who hit likes, those are the ones that I typically kind of work them way into this even more opportunities. But Bruno, he saw something right away as soon as he saw my ad, and it wasn't really an ad, it was just me kind of responding in one of the GOAT's posts, and me saying, hey guys, look, my name's Ron Wells, and what I do is I work together with luxury moms over 40 who are into all sorts of products, and what I'm doing is building some automations. If you guys wanted to learn and earn in the process, feel free to reach out. And yeah, and that's what I did. But of course, it was more extensive Skool post. And the cool part about it, guys, you could still see those Skool posts. You could join some of those communities. I will give you their names, guys. You're gonna see how I'm building those relationships, so this way you could mimic yourself as well. But the idea here is Bruno went ahead and jumped in on this opportunity. And now Bruno became, not only did he become a feudal hustler, meaning he has his own coaching program. And by the way, people are signing up for it, so I'm a little scared here. So, but Bruno is also became a brand manager. So that's the story. And look, in brand manager, but you get money. You get money from sales of the products. And Bruno is researching all those details with Chinese suppliers, trying to differentiate it. And not only that, he is also a coach now. The feudal hustler has his own coaching program. But what is feeding this coaching program? What exactly am I doing? How am I placing more wood in the fire so this way this coaching grows and Bruno gets more leads? And of course, when Bruno gets more leads, he can run those workshops. They pay money. They subscribe to Feudal Incubator. They purchase other things like our Freedom Fusion System CRM, which by the way, you could also learn how to resell and make some money, guys. But the idea here, guys, is it takes a little bit of time to like do this, but once you whip out that machine, this well-geared oil machine, you're gonna have a bunch of people working together with you, and it's gonna be relatively easy for you guys to make more sales. A lot of moms over 40 gonna be mesmerized by what you offer. And of course, if you guys stick to a specific niche, let's say a pet niche, and go from one TikTok to YouTube to Threads to FUD to Buy Me Coffee to Pinterest to LinkedIn and Insta, and do so while upstacking, yes, trust me, you're gonna print, and you're gonna be like, oh my God, I don't know, nobody explained that to me before. Nobody explained me to fly like a bee, like a butterfly from one social to social, creating all this content, monetizing the heck out of pets, cats, kids, and dogs, creating communities, working together with other people where you don't even need to pay for, like freelancers, and just spawning money together. This is just not taught anywhere, guys, other than in my community, guys. And you can learn this. It's not hard, guys. It's not hard, but at the end of the day, what we're cooking up right now, we do have to optimize our email. So if you want to watch how I'm troubleshooting email access when it goes to spam, definitely, guys, you want to take a look at that to see what's happening in my brain, how to solve that problem. And the cool part about it, you get to see that also on the YouTube channel over here, and you can literally see some of those ops stacking, threads stacking skills, and some of those skills that are not taught anywhere in the world, and you get to see us execute them. For now, it's me and Bruno, and over a longer time period, hopefully future you, my beautiful listener who is going through this journey. And I have incredible listeners and subscribers from many different places, from different countries, and they're doing incredible things, building video games, playing on YouTube, while upstacking. That's the most beautiful thing ever, guys. Did you guys know you could create a relationship with a powerful side hustler from overseas or from America, and they'll be promoting your business while playing video games? How would you like to learn how to pull this one off without you spending insane amount of money? Well, if that's you, then definitely, guys, jump into my community. So this way, you know how to orchestrate and organize this and make this work for you. Because, you know, it sucks to pay money and like lose all the money, guys. But what if I told you you could, you know, not have to worry about paying money, but get basically folks to work together with you, and do so in a way where you're building businesses brand after brand and you don't pay any money? How amazing is that? Now, of course, to add something into fuel, you could pay a little bit, like to get things going. Trust me, money talks, guys. But yeah, but some of you will say, well, I don't know if I want to even put anything in the fuel because I don't know if I'm going to make money. And I was like that too for a year and a half, guys, until I realized that there is a way to make money. And yeah, guys, that's all I wanted to say. If you wanted to learn more, subscribe. I highly encourage you to become my subscriber, guys, and I'll see you next time. And